Good evening, BBIG family. It's me, Teresa Perrin, and I have got some interesting news and take on the current situation with this absolutely insane barcoding that we went through today, and why I think that tomorrow we may actually break out from it. And stay to the end because that's where you're going to put the final pieces of the puzzle together. Guys, I'm very interesting to see if this falls into place tomorrow because I've just about had enough with this, as I'm sure many of you have as well. But I have reason to believe that tomorrow we may actually break out of the barcoding and end the day at least above $1.50. And this video will show you why. And guys, there's a thought where potentially I wouldn't be surprised if we even go higher than that. However, I'm going to maintain my expectations because if we went from $1.01 or $1.02, wherever we closed at today, all the way up to over $1.50, guys, that would be a very, very big increase in price. I mean, you know, that's basically 50% price increase, right? Dollar, half of that is 50 cents. Yeah, that'd be pretty big. Anyways, guys, not going to go over the fact that Ted Farnsworth is now the co-CEO with Lisa because I'm sure other YouTubers have covered that, and I'm sure you're all aware of it by now. But I will tell you briefly my thoughts on that, and I did tweet this out this morning that I believe this is the setup because they're going to announce the acquisition of Zash. I mean, that would make perfect sense, right? So that is really where I think that this is headed. And I think it's a good thing. So I'm bullish on that. And wait till you see what I found for you in this video. I think you're going to enjoy it. Anyways, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. And I appreciate you watching. So Ortex shows us that currently the short interest is 20.75% of the free float, which is 36.72 million shares, guys. Today they borrowed 4.16 million shares and returned 4.43 million shares, decreasing the short interest by 0.83%. The cost to borrow on average is 77.81% with a max of 107.16% and a minimum of 2.73%, guys. Okay, guys, I wanted to share with you True Demon's latest BBIG due diligence thread. And just so that you're aware, he has a YouTube channel as well under the Devil Stockbroker. And guys, he's an excellent, excellent source. I highly recommend you check his channel out. Anyways, this is what he says. Latest BBIG DD thread. Just a reminder of this thread where I highlighted the last time BBIG barcoded like crazy before it hit a liquidity pool about 10% below its average price on the week and then took off for the stars within 30 days. As always, not financial advice. And guys, nothing I say is ever financial advice either. I'm going to see if I can play this brief 45-minute clip for you to watch. Not sure if it'll let me, but hang on a sec. I'm not quite sure why, guys, but it will not let me play any sound on this unless there isn't any. But if you watch what he's showing you with the cursor, as you can see, he noticed the exact same behavior on the chart when he replayed the past week of activity in BBIG compared to BBIG August 15th through the 10th of September. Now, do you see how it barcoded down here and is now coming up and then it spiked all the way up to that $12 range? It just keeps going. He's showing you here. But you can go back and look at the dates yourself too to be able to see this. It's actually quite spectacular. So I just wanted to bring this to your attention because I truly believe that what I'm about to show you, this was the perfect segment into it because of the max pain for tomorrow. So let's take a look at that. Okay, guys, this is currently showing us the option chain for tomorrow, July 15th. And as you can see, the max pain is at $1.50. So that is where market makers stand to make the most amount of money and for the most amount of options to expire worthless, or in other words, to cause us the most amount of pain. So interestingly enough, though, guys, I do want to show you. So there's this huge spike here of calls, 1,240 and 417 puts in the $1 range. And open interest, guys, for calls and puts. As you can see, the open interest gets substantially higher at $1.50. There's 11,982 calls and 105 puts. Then, guys, again, at $4, if we could ever drive the price there, they would be so screwed, because there's 40,821 calls and only 239 puts, guys, at $4 for tomorrow expiration. And at $5, guys, there's 68,318 calls and 8,011 puts. That 8,011 puts is what drives the price to the $1.50, away off of the $1, guys. So it's a pretty substantial number. So I do want to state that I truly believe that this is a huge, huge gamma ramp that we're going into this week. So, tomorrow, actually. So the potential is there. Will they let it get there? They're going to do everything in their power, like you see they've been doing, to prevent that from happening. Unless, of course, they're the ones with a bunch of calls at this level. Then wouldn't that be interesting? And I do have a thought behind that. If the price does start going up significantly tomorrow, don't say I didn't say this, because this is just a theory. The smarter part of me thinks they're going to try to keep these out of the money. But think about what I'm saying for a minute. Is it possible they let the price run for these options to expire in the money because they are desperate for shares of Tide? As you can see, it's already on the threshold, right? Now, guys, they can't find shares to purchase. So what happens if they loaded the option chain with contracts so that they were able to exercise them to cover the shares of Tide that they need to deliver? Just a thought, might be crazy, might be totally out of my mind, something that crossed my mind and I wanted to run by you. If you do start to see the price going up to extreme levels tomorrow, don't say that I didn't tell you that this was one thought that I had, because there are still those BBIG 1 contracts, guys, that have 10 shares of Tide attached to every contract. So, just something to keep in mind for tomorrow that I think is very important. If we start to see it run, then I think we can gain some confidence and understand why, and be rest assured that they are going to exercise those contracts, which would do what, guys? Would make the stock go crazy at the beginning of next week, right? Because they're going to have all those FTDs, because there's not enough shares for them to find, because we've been at 100% utilization for a substantial amount of time now. So I am going to pull up one more piece of information for you. Actually, guys, I lied. I have a bunch more information for you, but hey, it's me. What can I say? So anyways, I want to show you what Fintel is showing. It's showing that the short interest is 22.03% of the float. And guys, more interestingly is what they're showing, 4.43 days to cover currently. So that's going up substantially. Now, I want to show you something else though, because for some reason the numbers never are correlated. Fintel shows the off-exchange short volume today was 1,994,620 shares, and it was 45% in the dark pool, right? Now, let's take a look at Market Chameleon. Guys, I follow Market Chameleon very closely, and when I'm posting the dark pool trades, and I notice that Aaron has also started doing this, this is where the information is coming from, okay? Today, BBIG traded a total of 5.2 million shares. for a combined VWAP price of $1.01. Dark pool trades reported for BBIG accounted for 72% of the total volume today. Guys, and the average over the past month is 62%. How in this world is the SEC allowing this absolute manipulation and complete BS going on with this stock? Now, sweep orders were 8%. So sweep orders are large orders where, they are sweeping for the price, okay? And those average $1.01. This barcoding that we saw, this is the entire day this stock traded, guys. This is about the absolute worst. I've seen it. Check this out. Literally from 10 a.m. to 3:30 p.m., it traded up and down within a penny from $1 to 101 cent. Didn't deviate from it at all. Do you think for 1 minute that this is normal price action? Because let me tell you, 1,000,000%, it is anything but normal. And this is manipulation. 100% manipulation. Why? I have no freaking clue. This makes zero sense to me. $1 to $1.01. Were they just trying to gather as many shares and shake as many people out as possible? Because that's the only thing that I can gather from this. Because again, look at one point the volume. Look at some of the volume. 19,767. Hold on. There's some like little ones. 11, 12,000, 1,006. But there's some bigger ones, 103,547, and you're keeping the price within a penny? Give me a freaking break. There is no way in God's earth that if this was trading on the lit exchange, this would be happening, guys. Absolutely, positively not. This is BS. And you can look at the numbers change in the volume indicator on the second line when I'm dragging this cursor. You can see. Do you think with this amount of volume that they're keeping the price within one freaking penny? Absolutely not. I do not buy this for 1 second. That's craziness. Absolute craziness, guys. This is manipulation. I don't care. I'm saying it. I'm calling it out. I'm calling a spade a spade. It is what it is, and this is BS, and I've had it. All right. Now, 23% of the trades accounted for large block trades. Yeah, guys, of course it did, because guess why? They were pinging these trades off each other at 1 penny. This is crazy. So, you mean to tell me that only 28% of today's price action went to the lit exchange? Let me bring something else up to your attention, guys. When the action doesn't go to the NASDAQ or the New York Stock Exchange, they're losing money because they are not, they're not the ones handling the transaction. So how is it that they're not doing anything about this? I really, really want to know. I mean, I've been thinking about this hard, and this is insane to me. Let me know your thoughts on that, because I am curious. All right, now, clearly you can see that Fintel did not match. So, guys, that's just absolutely nuts. I mean, it really is nuts. I don't know what wool they think they're pulling over anyone's eyes, because you'd have to be a complete idiot not to be able to see this. I'm sorry, but it is what it is. Anyways, guys, I appreciate you watching. Thank you so much. Sorry for my little tangent, and I hope you all have a great night, and let's see if tomorrow